Try before we die with a bearded man and a British guy.
What do you got going on there, buddy?
Laziness.
Laziness. You growing your summer beard?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually have been lazy. I have not shaved. Obviously, I look unkempt.
I think the beard is a good look.
No, it isn't. It's an awful look.
Can you do this for me?
No, that would take me years to freaking get it that long. I don't need that rubbish in my life. It's just too. That's like getting away. I work with machines. The last thing I need to do is like this to be dragged into saw.
I want to take the chance. I want you to take that chance.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
Never.
Try before we die. It's a bonus episode, everybody, and we know it's a bonus episode because there's a bottle on the bar. But I just want to sort of visit Malcolm's shirt and beard just a little bit longer. You know, if you were a little older, so when we talk about old women who drive cars, right, and you get stuck behind them in traffic,
Yeah.
right, and you might just
60.
think, that's got to be an old lady driving that car, right? What's the color reference to their hair that you might hear sometimes?
Blue.
So I like how you've worn this blue and white shirt. Is this like in anticipation of you becoming a blue hair?
That is the statement. I am a blue hair already.
Are you just going to be a putter?
No, I drive pretty fast. I think.
You do?
Yeah.
You do?
I have some road rage.
We have some state police who follow this group. You want to talk a little bit more about how fast you drive?
Probably not as fast as you. And I'm certainly not as lucky as you.
I have actually begun driving about 65 miles an hour, right?
That's just gas prices.
I've been getting 36 miles to the gallon lately in my car. I'm saving $5 to $7 a fill-up. That matters these days.
I know.
Right?
I did the math just to travel over here. What it's costing me. You'll be getting a bill, mate.
There better not be a bill because there's a price of whiskey's gone up. Yeah,
I'm waiting for it.
you'll
It's
be
like
getting a
inflation.
bill. Yeah.
17%.
So bonus episodes, we have a taste of a whiskey that's been opened but not reviewed here. So we have a bottle that actually you and I opened on a New Year's Eve one night. This bottle actually belonged to my father-in-law, and we opened it on New Year's after he passed. So I'm excited to taste it again with you. But on set, we have a guest with us.
I know.
Yep.
It's been a long time, actually, since we've had a guest.
Yeah, we've done a few episodes, just you and me. And so the bonus episodes are focused on the bottles that we're a little familiar with, but also just to maybe get to meet and understand our guest.
And this is a special one for you as well, isn't it?
Is it?
Yes. Snooker room.
Oh, in the back room?
Yeah.
Yeah, the back room. So we have Aaron with us. Aaron, thanks for coming over to the show.
Well, thanks
You're
for
welcome.
having me.
Yeah. So Aaron is, how do we know each other?
We met through a mutual friend, Kenny Young.
No show.
Jelly. So our paintball teammate, we know him as originally No Show, and then he started showing up, so we called him Jelly. As you pointed out, his initials are KY. And you came over. It's the truth.
It is the truth.
You came over because you were in a pool league with Kenny.
That's
Do I
correct.
have that right? And he was excited to sort of have the snooker table, be seen by some of his pool friends, right? And do you like the snooker table now that you've seen it and played a few times over here?
Certainly impressive. Oh, it's a different game, but it's
Yeah. I think of snooker and pool like checkers and chess. And I think that snooker really is the chess game. It's a much more complicated game. It takes a lot longer because we're not any good.
I'm glad you put that statement in because that's probably the truth of this. It is a great game to watch professionals play.
Yeah.
But to watch us play, you're going to end up dead before you actually end up on our games.
And you've also done a bunch of work here at the bitter end, the bar here, for me, but, just as a contribution to the environment as well. Because you're an electrician, right?
yes, sir.
And most of your work in this bar is taking place in what room?
Over in the snooker room, we were doing some lighting for the pool table or for the snooker table.
The snooker table,
Yeah.
and a pool table, right? We have two pool tables merged. But you also wired the entire back wall, and you've done some wiring in some of the back bedrooms here as well.
Yes, sir.
And it hasn't burnt down.
All permitted too
Well,
and
you know.
licensed and approved. Which really appreciated. it's been a super helpful thing that you've been able to come over and lend a hand with that in your off time. And really just want to say thanks for that.
Absolutely.
Especially about the snooker table, that one. It made my sister really happy because she actually got to see it working, and two, it really makes that table shine.
It makes that room really become a snooker room. We're
You
excited
actually
to
can see the balls.
to show it off in the future to everybody. But this isn't a snooker show. This is a whiskey show, and so I know that you like whiskey.
Yes, sir.
Can you just tell us a little bit about how whiskey entered into your life? You know, Scotch whiskey, or you've even brought a Japanese whiskey here in the past. I think a Nika, maybe a Nika coffee blend. But anyway, I know you like whiskey. Can you tell us a little bit about your history there?
My dad was a big fan of the Scotch whiskies as well, and he kind of got me into it. And then when I met you, the world expanded.
Your story is common in the sense, I know for me too, it was my father-in-law. I don't know if you had the father connection to whiskey.
No, not quite.
But a lot of folks have that, especially, men have that father connection or father figure connection to whiskey. So of the three of us, two of us have that. And I feel like that's not uncommon. And your dad's been here too and played some snooker.
Absolutely.
Bud, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we're going to get him on the show. We tried to actually have you both here today, but he's on holiday, or is it a work trip?
No, he's on holiday.
Yeah. So he's left the country, I understand.
Yeah, vacationing on retirement. It's hard.
Nice.
Yeah. So we'll look forward to getting Bud on set. Anything you want to ask us that you'd like to know about us or try to embarrass us on camera?
No,
I think we do a good job ourselves.
Yeah. You're a wardrobe manager. Hey. Now everybody can't see, but do you know that I am wearing Epstein's pants?
Is that something to do with earlier today?
I have a note from his mom that says I can be late for school.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. If you saw the pants. Hey, Mr. Malcolm. So anyway, we have a bottle of Glenmorangie, right? Like moron.
Morangie. Make sure you do the morangie.
The moron.
Morangie.
So it's like a gangster that's not very smart. So moron G.
I wonder where you were going with that. And then the light bulb went on my head. I'm like, he's an idiot.
So we have the Glenmorangie, the Cadboll. So this is the Legends series, and I believe the Legends series, this just shows how much we really don't prepare for these. It's just genuine. I believe the Legends series, so here we have another full liter. This is a full liter. I believe these are travel exclusives.
Yes.
Duty-free shops only.
If they're a leader.
And so this is the Cadboll. This is finished in sweet French wine. A lot of small words. And I'm not going to pursue it. But this was purchased internationally somewhere, and no taxes were paid. The best. Do you recall anything about this whiskey?
Not really. Not off the top of my head. But then again, we had a few before that. Nice. Low. Subtle.
Volume of liquid is low.
Correct.
Okay. See if we can get a gurgle. You know what that's like? That's like a StormTrooper pouring some whiskey, right?
If you'd seen it from my perspective, it wasn't just a miss. I mean, it was out of the park.
No, that's the full liter. It's bigger than I'm used to.
He's just like this.
We haven't been drinking.
Well, some of us might not have been.
Oh yeah, that's a good pour for me.
Lord, what is the problem, dude?
I'm afraid. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh boy. It's gonna
See,
be
at
an
least for
afternoon.
suits, I just poured it heavy, but I didn't miss it completely. Like, I mean, look at this. There's like half of glass right there.
Did you?
I'm about to.
Oh my gosh. That's going on your bill.
Okay, thanks.
Here you go, buddy. Aaron. All right. So, Aaron, when we're after a whiskey, we're tasting. Boy, I got a nice pull.
I got it all over my glass.
We often ask a guest, could you consider, what color do you see here? What color would you describe this as?
Well, if I had to be honest, Red Bull.
See, I won't. So okay, so I won't know that.
No, I was like, what is this? And then they totally went, oh yeah, that's that drink that everybody drinks to get very like zapped.
Yeah, so you've actually had Red Bull not in a can?
Yeah. Sometimes it needs ice.
Okay. So I've never had a Red Bull.
Wait.
Maybe some
Just stop.
vodka, I don't
Are
know.
you kidding me? Red Bull needs ice.
I thought it was wings or something.
Ice was synonymous with vodka. But
Okay. So Aaron is declaring this is a Red Bull coloration. Can you think of another coloration term?
Something that we know.
well, okay. If I was going to go with a light amber maple syrup, you know,
All right.
the fancy, you know.
Okay. So those are words we understand. A light amber.
Yep. Apple cider.
Maybe a little darker for that fancy, right? Apple cider. I still want you to think about apple juice because apple cider to me is just so much darker.
You're right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I like this light amber.
Yep.
I like this,
Apple
darker
juice.
apple
Yep.
juice, like maybe an organic artisanal apple juice. Not a Granny Smith, maybe a Macintosh. All right, and let's talk about the nose. Remember, finished in a sweet French wine.
Which you can pick up straight off the bat.
You're getting it right away.
Yeah.
The sweetness,
Certainly
Yeah.
the sweetness.
and I feel some of the wine too. Right.
Probably helps because it's all over my outside my glass as well.
Just in the air. Just in the air. Oh, what we didn't note,
Alcohol content?
ABV, 43%, so we're above minimum standard of 40. So
But a lot lower than we've tasted.
we've seen much higher, but certainly the higher the ABV goes, they're finding that sweet spot for a lot of the notes.
Okay.
Right. And I appreciate the above 40s because we know that the distillery wasn't just concerned with maximizing production, right? Because you can get more whiskey if you lower the ABV.
Certainly.
But Scotch must be at least 40%. Okay.
It does smell very good.
Yeah, I'm excited to taste it. I do know that I like this, at least historically, so I'm looking forward
if
to
you
trying
look
it
at the
again.
bottle.
Do you see what my glass says?
Glenmorangie Single Highland Malt Scotch Whisky. Look at you.
So
So
it's
it's out all the stops.
So this is a Highland as well in terms of region.
Oh, well played. Well
You
played.
like that?
Yeah, that was good.
It's clever. Yeah, trying to make up for that pour.
That's never gonna.
Okay, let's have a taste, gents. Very smooth. Ends with a little bit of a rush that envelops the back of the nose. A lot of sweetness on the top side. And I'm just trying to decide if I'm finding some sort of a candied fruit underneath. Malcolm, do you have any thoughts?
I'm going to stretch that. The sweetness comes from the back side of the sip. You almost don't get anything initially, and then all of a sudden it just rolls into this freaking explosion, and all that sweetness into the back. And I will say there's definitely some sort of hard candy that we have talked about before at the very, very back. Maybe not quite as it goes down, but just as it rolls over the backside of your tongue.
What about an apricot?
That's what I was thinking.
Were you?
Absolutely.
And you're being serious.
Seriously.
Right, because as I was listening to Mal and I was thinking about what it is, I came up with apricot. And so you're noticing that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Underneath in the back, on top, along the whole way, where are you finding it?
Right after, you get that sweetness in the beginning, and then it kind of comes through.
Yeah, then it shows up. Right. We've agreed on apricot. Is that there at all for you?
I'm not going to lie to everybody out there, but fruits are not my freaking wheelhouse. So if you're going to say apricot, I'm going to just agree. But it's definitely something along those lines.
Yep.
I mean, you've got that. For me, it'd be... I couldn't really tell you what fruit I taste. Yeah. That's going to be the honest part I'm going to say about that. But it's definitely there, and you can't miss it.
It's apricot.
Yeah.
It's apricot. That's apricot. That's what apricot tastes like, Mal. So now you have a fruit that you like.
Yes, I would do.
Yeah.
If that's what apricot tastes like.
Yeah, it is. But apricot itself doesn't have 43% alcohol.
Oh, 'cause
Unless we dip it.
well, we could dip it in this.
Oh, that'll be okay. We'll have to keep that in
You know,
mind.
accoutrement.
Yeah.
Apricots.
Apricots.
But this is very. The good thing about this, as you've said, it's extremely smooth.
For sure.
And I would say, based on how much is left in that bottle, the first time around, it was extremely smooth.
Yep. No, so what I know about the Cadboll is I believe that there's a new one called the Cadboll Estate. I believe I have that, which is batch number 2, which is now available for purchase outside duty free. And for some reason, I want to connect Cadboll to some of the barley they use in its point of origin in terms of the estate that it comes from. All right, so that's my recollection of where the name Cadboll is coming from in terms of the Glenmorangie.
Actually, that vaguely rings a bell.
Yeah.
I remember having some sort of conversation like that,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Right. So I think that's where the name of this particular one, it's connected to the source of the barley, I think. And again, finished in sweet French wine. If we were really clever, we would have read all this beforehand.
That and the fact that we can't read it because it's just too.
It's just too small. I mean, come on. I mean, the bottle's
Don't we
so
have?
big.
Wait. Don't you have the magnifying glass?
I do have the thing. Oh. No, it's gone.
Oh,
It's behind
there
it.
it is.
It's behind it.
Well played.
So this will be interesting if we find the word apricot on this label.
Okay.
All right. A sumptuous celebration. I'm just going to sort of dessert wine, flavors from. So I'm so not used to glasses. I'm going to have to get some muscat.
Well, isn't that a sweet wine?
Oh yeah, it's something about grapes. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to deal with the fact that
You're gonna have to get glasses.
I might have to
Why don't you get the?
read the bottles in advance. I don't know about the glasses.
Can't you use? What about? What if you really get into it and get freaking the teleprompter going, and then you could have it right there?
Right. I was gonna do the monocle.
I think you should wear your hat with the glasses you use for fly fishing.
Oh my gosh, that's an awesome idea. Everybody, the Cadboll, the Glenmorangie Cadboll, sweet French wine finish. We've clearly identified apricot. We find it to be smooth, fruity, with just a little bit of an opening into the back, into the nasal passages. Are we in agreement with that?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Absolutely, very
Yeah.
good.
Would you go for another glass?
I certainly would go for another bottle.
Would you take that off the bar?
I don't know about that far.
About
Depends
1
on
in the
what
morning,
time.
towards the end of the night? Are you kidding me?
No chance.
Oh.
Are we playing snooker tonight?
So I'm not feeling inclined to add any water.
I'm going to do it just to do it.
Would you? Are you?
I wouldn't mind, just to see if it changes the notes.
Right. I feel like for me, they have found it at that 43%.
Just a little drop.
Just because I found it to be plenty smooth enough.
Not.
Here, I'll pipette you.
Please.
These things are so clever. We might be out of
At
luck
least
there.
it wasn't
buddy.
me.
As of
I guess I'll go neat.
He hates these cans. He hates these pipettes.
you're just like just ridiculous.
Oh, I'm not even doing it right.
No, I don't even know what you're doing. Why don't you just pour the glass?
There we go.
I would say this is just going to run in tune with everything else that we ever do when we add water so far. Evens it out. It just makes it a little bit more, it elongates that sweet part. It brings it straight further to the beginning and just makes it more mellow, not as punchy.
Yep.
Completely in agreement.
Yep.
I feel like you can taste the wine on the end a little bit more.
I think I was nervous about the water just because I found it almost to be exactly what I was hoping it'd be. I didn't want to lose that apricot at all because apricot is one of my favorite fruits. And so the fact that independently we both arrived at apricot is just really reassuring to my taste buds.
And if I knew what apricots, I probably would have said yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just sort of excited about the Glenmorangie Cadboll. And we do have here batch number 2, the Cadboll Estate. So at some point we may have that opportunity. But it's time to say our farewell, gentlemen. So we'll be traveling to Burma, a hot spot of activity in World War II in terms of jungle warfare, and your point of origin, the British Empire.
Yeah, Bridge over the River Kwai.
Oh, that's a good film.
That's a great film.
Yeah. And so their drinking toast
Blow the bridge.
is not below the bridge. And just so you know, Aaron, it's the one on the right that will be the phonetic pronunciation, which is good luck to us all. So in Burma, it's Ang Mayin Passe.
That was Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan.
They keep asking me to watch it in some of my streaming series because I watch a bunch of movies based around conflicts.
Oh, that's a great movie to watch.
Yeah. So the Cadboll.
Very nice.
So
Excellent.
hard to come across that release anymore, but there is a batch number 2 available, and I'll be looking forward to seeing where the flavors diverge or merge.
Good choice, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, and so again, Dave. So that's the Cadboll. I really like this idea of the Glenmorangie.
You like the
So
moron.
if we get team jerseys, that's going to be your name, Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
Yeah.